Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm gonna give you 10 underrated hidden gems designer fragrances. This list will have a mixed match of both colder and warmer seasons fragrances. First fragrance is an oldie, but it's a goldie. It's perfect for the colder season, and that's gonna be Kenzo Jungle L'Homme. I believe that this one came out in 97 or 98, but what this scent is pretty much just a very spicy and woody fragrance. In the opening, there's gonna be like a little bit of lime and a little bit of like lemon or grapefruit, but for the most part, it's heavy nutmeg, pepper, cinnamon. I'm not sure if there's cardamom, but there's a lot, and I mean a lot of woods. You're gonna get gaiac wood, sandalwood, cedar. There's gonna be like a little bit of like amber or benzoin, but overall, oh man, I wish I got on this way sooner because I ended up doing a video with Chris from Sandland back in the wintertime. But this is, it's so beautiful. So just overall, very spicy, very woody. That citrus does not stick around long at all. That is what's gonna get your attention in the opening. But then the spices, like it's spicy and citrusy in the opening, but the spicy nuance and the woodiness, I feel like there's a little bit of creaminess as well. I don't know if there is, and if so, maybe it's from the sandalwood, but overall, this has a bit of an edge, like a little bit of a bad boy feel, but like gently as well. So some people don't understand what I mean by bad boy and gentleman. So think of James Bond. So James Bond, he's got that assassin side, but he's also got the charm. He's got that gentleman. He's got the suaveness. He's very a cultured and sophisticated man, even though that he's an assassin. That's what I mean by bad boys. With this fragrance here, you can wear perfectly with a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt with a leather jacket, so casually, all the way to a tuxedo in my opinion. Fragrance number 2, let's stick with the brand of Kenzo. When I smelled this, at first I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? Kenzo Power. This is not a fragrance for everybody, okay? This is not exactly the most mass appealing or easy to wear. This has a bit of a an old, like a bit of a mature feel, and in some ways a little bit of a mature woman, because there's a lot of florals to this one here, and there's also a bit of a soapy feel. In some ways, this fragrance reminds me of, oh my God, what is that scent called? Okay, I tried looking it up, I couldn't find it, so picture and name right there, but it has that, you know, I'm probably gonna remember it as the video progresses, but there is a bit of a soapy floral vibe. There's also gonna be like a lot of citruses. There's gonna be like coriander. I feel that there is going to be lemon verbena because there's something in this that really does pop. And there's gonna be a bit of an ambery touch as well. So labdanum, benzoin, amber, one of those. I think it's labdanum. And there's also gonna be tolu balsam. But for the most part, it's a citrusy, spicy floral with woods and a bit of an ambery touch as well. For me, this is a bit of an old school fragrance, a little bit more of an older person. So what I mean by like particular taste, and I'm gonna have to go with like some pop culture references. I'm thinking of guys like Kelsey Grammer from Frasier. So Frasier Crane is like, he's articulate, he is poised, he's definitely snooty, but he's cultured and well-mannered. But at the same, well-mannered, but snooty. There you go. That's probably like the best analogy. I know, it's kind of weird, but Fragrance number 3 is gonna be Montblanc Presence. This is more of a spring and autumn type of fragrance as well, but I really do like this one. This is an older scent that came out in, oh boy, 2001, 2002, in the early 2000s, we'll say, okay? But it's fruity, spicy, and a little woody with musky and powdery undertones. So the powderiness comes from the heliotrope. You are gonna get cinnamon, cardamom, and ginger. There's definitely gonna be that fruity apple. There is sandalwood, antique wood, and there's gonna be a little bit of a sweet, creamy tonka bean. This is a gentleman's fragrance. I don't wanna, there's nothing bad boy about this, but it's a gentleman's fragrance. And I don't wanna say it's an older man scent, but because it has certain traits to it, like that orris or that heliotrope. There you go, heliotrope. That powdery undertone just might make this more of a mature fragrance. I feel it's sexy but mature. So not really like your club goer kind of sexy. No, this is more suit and tie type of sexy because this is classy but dressy. Fragrance number 5 is a great spring and summer fragrance, and it's actually available in stock right now. And I only know about it because I actually started looking into the brand. I've never really talked about this brand all that much. They cater more towards the women than anything, but DKNY, Donna Karan, New York. Energy for men. This is a great scent, and I believe there's like about 6 to 8 fragrances of this available on FragranceNet right now. So spices, there's going to be anise. The anise is definitely there. It adds a little bit of a licoricey touch. There is fig leaf, but as well a very watery cucumber. The cucumber in this adds that aquatic feel. The anise, I would say more anise than other spices. And what other spices are there? I don't know if it's cinnamon, nutmeg, coriander, what. It just says spices, but you do get this spicy kick, but you most certainly get that anise. The anise is warm, but it's a little bit sweet, like licorice itself. You're gonna get that fig leaf as well. And I feel like this is just like a great, like, it's kind of like the name itself. It's energy. It's a little energetic. Generally, when you think of like energetic type of fragrances, you're thinking like note-wise, you're thinking of mint, ginger. This doesn't have that, but like with the anise and the fig leaf in this, it's actually quite nice. And the cucumber is not exactly a very common note in perfumery, but in this, it's very nice. I don't want to say it's very distinct, but it does add that layer of freshness, and it's watery, making this a little bit aquatic. Next one, I would say that this one is probably going to be a little bit more popular, but at the same time, it's a little bit of a hidden gem because not a lot of people know about it. Carven Low Intense. This is a great scent. It's got ginger, it's got mint, citruses, birch, lavender, and so on. For a freshie, this has a little bit of class. Now, is it overly formal? No, but this will go very well with a suit and tie, whether it's to work or to a daytime semi-formal event. It has a mood boosting, energetic sort of feel with that mint and that ginger. It has some sporty undertones because of those two notes, but the woods itself, the citruses, the cardamom, kind of like class it up. I would not have known about this fragrance, and I gotta give him his praise, his flowers, Coach Rob 619. When he came up here to Toronto back in 2016, he wanted to check this one out at one of the boutiques. I think it was the Holt Renfrew or the Nordstrom, one of those. He loved it so much, he ended up getting it. And if it wasn't for him, I more than likely would not have looked into it. And I'm glad I did, because it's just an overall great scent. Very classy, but casual. Next fragrance came out in 1992, and it's a unisex scent in my opinion. This is definitely a gentleman's fragrance, but definitely a unisex fragrance, and that is going to be Bvlgari's Eau Parfumée. So this is just a travel spray. They do sell this as a bottle. They're a little bit more expensive, and they are here and there, so just check around. But this is a great fragrance that has a lot of citruses. It's got florals, so it's got like lily of the valley, jasmine, it's got rose. Not so much a lot of those, but there is a little bit of that florals along with the orange blossom, and most certainly that tea. The dry down or the base itself does have some musk and different woods. Overall, it is green, it is fresh, a little floral, a little citrusy, and quite aromatic. It's classy, but casual at the same time. You could wear this to work. I feel that you can wear this to a daytime semi-formal event. It's more of a day fragrance than anything. But when I picture this fragrance, I'm picturing like a weekend fragrance, because there is something soothing about it. Maybe it's that tea accord, but there is that soothing, relaxing aspect. I'm thinking of Sunday brunch, or just you're out wandering the streets of Toronto or New York City with your girlfriend, and you're the type of like dressy kind of gentleman. You're a metrosexual. I know that term is kind of played out, but you know, a guy who likes fashion, who's all about manners maketh man. That sort of bit. That's what I find that this fragrance kind of is. You know, you're just perusing, like you're window shopping downtown Toronto, like Yorkville. You know, you're boutique shopping. You're getting an overpriced coffee at some of these coffee shops. Fragrance number 7 I find is both casual but classy at the same time. I would say it's more casual, but there is that classy aspect. Ferragamo Acqua Essenziale. This has a salty marine accord. It's got mint, a little bit of citrus, lavender, geranium, rosemary, musk, woods, you know, the typical notes, right? But for me, it just has a little bit of a, maybe in some ways, like this. It feels good, but at the same time, it has a bit of a dressy feel. Like you could wear it like this. If you want, you could wear it with a white t-shirt, but it just feels like a little bit of a preppy sort of style. You know, like I don't want to say a country club. Yeah, I almost did. But you know, it just, you're out on the dock, you know, with your, like you're boating. You know, it doesn't have to be a yacht, but you're just like on your pontoon. You know, there's the redneck that just came out there right now because I'm from Northern Ontario originally. But you know, you're just out boating, you're out jet skiing, or you're just out by the water. It has that feel. But the classiness does, I do feel like you can wear this to work with a suit and tie. You know, the geranium, the lavender, kind of like class it up. But like the marine accords, the citrus, the mint itself, they just kind of give it that feel good, laid back, casual kind of vibe. Longevity, this is going to be about 6 hours. Fragrance number 8 is a great spring and summer fragrance. It's actually a very recent acquisition, and I just started wearing this week because I'm going to New York City. This video might go out after my trip, but that's going to be Mugler's Blow It Up. So this more than likely has been discontinued, more than likely. I ended up getting this about, I think it was $58 Canadian, so under $50 USD. It's actually quite nice. It is a unisex scent, and it's not really masculine. So it's actually a fruity, woody. The fruitiness is going to be from the blackcurrant. The woodiness is from the vetiver, and you're going to get sorbet or sherbet, however it is pronounced. It's been a long day of recording, so my mouth's a little bit dry right now. But it's a fruity, fresh, woody type of fragrance with like that sorbet type of feel, like a little gourmandy. It's really nice. I would say it leans more towards the ladies than the guys, but you know, I'm not exactly by societal norms the most masculine man, neither, and that's not a jab at myself. I just ain't. And I own it and I accept it. This does have a bit of a pretty sort of feel. It's a pretty fragrance. Like when I wear it, I feel pretty. I am pretty. I am pretty. Aren't I not, guys? Am I not pretty? Please agree with me. You know, I don't want to cry. I'm a snowflake. Remember that. But again, it just might resonate more with the ladies out there. And it smells a little young, but you know, I really do like it. And in some ways, just now, and I'm not talking out of my ass, from the atomizer, it has a bit of a soapy feel. On skin, it does not, because I only gave this about like 3 wearings. But overall, very underrated, great for the high heat. Number 9 is a great scent for the spring and the autumn. Not when it's like overly cold, but like the transition from like summer to fall, like September, October, maybe early November. And that's going to be Ellis Cobalt. This is a pretty much like a woody green scent with some rum, a little bit of citrus, and some musk. So sandalwood, different woods, you're gonna get cashmeran, rum for sure, some fig leaf or fig nectar, one or the other, with some citrus and some musk. Overall, I think it's a great scent. It is definitely different than a lot of the other offerings from Perry Ellis. Perry Ellis is boring, it's generic. A lot of their stuff I like. You know, I'm a simple kind of guy, even though that I'm a pretty kind of guy who is also quite grouchy and moody because I'm an old man. I'm also a bus driver. I'm also quite simple and just, you know, simplistic and kind of like introverted. Overall, very underrated. And it's a very versatile fragrance. Dressing it down to dressing it up, sense of style. You know, if you want to wear it with a hoodie, go ahead. But I think that this is a great office fragrance as well. It's a great night out scent in my opinion. It's not overly sexy. It really ain't. But like the fig leaf or like that fig aspect, the greenery to it, and it's juicy along with that boozy rum. Hey, that's different. And last but not least, number 10. Unfortunately with this fragrance here, a lot of guys do crap on it. And I get it. They all say it smells great, but it's the performance. And that I agree with. I get no more than 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours. But for me, this is more of a feel-good fragrance, and that's gonna be Hugo Boss The Scent Pure Accord. This is a very fresh fragrance. It is fruity with that typical maninka. You are gonna get some very energizing ginger, along with white leather or white suede. I think it's white suede. The suede for me is more in the background because it's not very pronounced. It's more ginger and that fruity maninka than anything. And maybe it's just my skin because I'm a bit of a beta bitch. I feel like there's a little bit of a powdery undertone as well. Not overly, but like maybe it's just a little bit. I don't know if it's just my skin. Maybe some of you guys out there who like this and wear it might get the same vibe. But for the most part, it's just a casual, feel-good kind of fragrance. And that fruity nuance might resonate more with the younger demographic. It has a bit of a youthful vibe. This is just gonna radiate off your skin when it's really hot. And guys, that is 10 underrated hidden gems designer edition. Any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be in the description box below, so please check those out if you haven't done so. What videos to watch next? Well, it's been a long day. I have absolutely nothing left in me. So I'm drawing a brain fire. So why don't you just check out right here. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. I thank you for my time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.